This browser use launch is not saying the browser got prettier. It is saying the agent got less dumb. The post says this skill removes AI slop. It realizes the UI is tricky, investigates, updates itself, and pushes its learnings to get so other agents use it. The quoted post goes even harder. I do not use my browser anymore. Add the open source browser harness to your agent with one prompt. So the real story here is not a flashy click demo. It is a loop where one ugly browser edge case gets turned into reusable infrastructure for the next run. The broader browser use product surface makes that claim legible. The Cloud Quick Start is straightforward. Install browser use SDK, export browser_use_API_key, spin up async browser use, then call client.run with a natural language task. The docs even split agent versus browser. Agent means browser use runs the task for you. Browser means raw browser control through CDP. That distinction matters because the launch post is really about the seam between those two ideas. Browser use gives you the broader agent platform. Browser harness is the thin, editable browser layer that keeps the action space close to the metal when the UI gets weird. Then the source clip gives us the actual problem. This is LinkedIn invitation triage, not a toy sandbox. The received page shows hundreds of pending invites, mutual connections, and a simple-looking choice on every row, accept or ignore. That is exactly the kind of browser task people think should be easy for an agent. But the tweet footage shows the snag in public. Danny keeps coming back after accept him. The UI looks obvious, yet the automation keeps failing. Even the vertical quote clip is more useful as proof than narration, a real laptop, real conference floor, real browser task, and a workflow that starts breaking on one specific kind of invitation card. The learned skill file explains why. On LinkedIn follows you cards, the accept control is not a button. It is an anchor tag pointing back to the current page. That sounds minor until you read the consequence. A .click follows the ref, soft navigates, and accept never fires. Dispatched mouse events and raw CDP clicks still land on the element, but they do not trigger the underlying accept handler. The skill is blunt about it. There is no known way to accept these via CDP. So the fix is operational. Detect tag name equals A, route those rows to ignore or skip them, then reload the page. Do not scroll, reload. Watch for the take care when connecting modal, and keep looping on the chip count. What makes the clip interesting is that the fix does not stay trapped inside one run. The repo now contains domain skills/linkedin/invitationmanager.md, and the commit history shows how fast it landed. The PR was created at 17 hours 16 minutes and 54 seconds Z and merged at 17 hours 19 minutes and 43 seconds Z on April 22nd. Less than 3 minutes from public task pane to merged reusable guidance. The commit message spells out the durable shape of the page, filter slugs, ARIA label differences, the follows you anchor trap, reload-based pagination, and the intermittent safety modal. That is the product claim in concrete form. One weird LinkedIn edge case becomes a default behavior future agents do not have to rediscover. That pattern scales because browser use treats skills as a memory layer, not a one-off note. In the official post, web agents that actually learn, they split the job into exploration and exploitation. The first run pays the full tax, 25 steps and about $1. The second run drops to 3 steps and about 10 cents because the path is already known. After a task completes, a second agent reviews the trajectory and asks what future agents would need to solve this in 1 to 3 calls. Then feedback edits the skill over time, and a PI gate blocks secrets before anything gets shared. So the LinkedIn trap is not just a bug fix. It is an example of exploration being amortized away. The deeper philosophy comes from the bitter lesson post. Gregor's argument is that agents keep getting sabotaged by wrapper code that freezes our assumptions into the stack. Their version of the fix is simple. An agent is basically a for loop of messages and tool calls. Give it maximal action space, raw CDP plus extension APIs, then restrict only where safety or evals demand it. That is why this LinkedIn example matters. The system did not win because somebody pre-authored a perfect LinkedIn recipe. It won because the agent could inspect the page, understand that the control was an anchor, patch the strategy, and then store the lesson. The less rigid the harness, the easier that recovery becomes. So the honest verdict is not that browser use built a magical browser clicker. The interesting part is that it is turning solved browser quirks into shared infrastructure. The source post gives us the pain. The LinkedIn skill file gives us the exact workaround. The docs show how browser use exposes agents and raw browsers. And the official browser harness assets show the same broader bet again, editable helpers, real Chrome, and a setup path that stays understandable. If you care about browser agents that learn instead of repeating themselves, this is one of the clearest public examples of that loop in action. One run struggles. The next run starts smarter.